Hi everybody. Alright, continuing to work on the wing. Right wing, bottom skin, outboard skin. In the last video we got down past the J channel. Now we're just going through the rest of the flanges on of the ribs, and then we'll get into the very bottom row. You can see I'm starting to add more clecos now because the time of bending the skin up to get your arm underneath there is over. This is when it is especially important that you either have long enough arms or a dedicated helper to help you do it. Luckily, my arms, again, were long enough that there was no problem, but hey, you know, it's not for everyone. All right, so you're going to be watching me rivet for the rest of the video. Great. Actually, no, that's not true. So what I'm working on here, before I got finished, you just saw me using a pipe cutter. So before I'm completely done riveting this thing on, I wanted to make sure that the autopilot servo in the wing was secure and that everything was attached and in place so that I wouldn't have to go back in a few more times. And I had lost the bushing, so you need a couple of small bushings for the push rods to make sure they're positioned correctly, and you just saw me remaking those. Okay. That's not important. Got a funny story. It's a rant, actually, and it's a awful. Well, I say it's funny. It's only funny because I've had some distance to think about it. To the loan officer, who I was working with to get a loan for this plane I'm trying to buy for the club, this person can just right on off. Long story short, trying to get that anyone that saw the Diamond a few videos back when I was in the club hangar for something, we're trying to buy that plane. It was in because we were doing a pre-buy inspection on it. I go through the process, through the AOPA, mind you, and I get it attached to this loan officer, go through all the rules, and then I never hear back from him. I sent all the documents he wanted, etc., left messages 4 times a week, nothing. So I call up the other day because the owner is pissed. The owner wants to get the sale done. I don't blame him. So we basically have a deadline. So talk to the bank. The bank's like, oh yeah, that person's on vacation for a week. I'm like, what? Let me talk to the other loan officer. The other loan officer says, oh, no, did no one tell you? Yeah, that person, that dude accepted a job at a different bank. He accepted it the week that he started my loan. Well, I say started the loan. He'd never opened a file. He'd never done jack shit. So, you know what, to there, I said his name. Oh, I've bleeped it out. Yeah, go f*** yourself. That's just... So yeah, there's nothing. There was nothing. No paperwork, no nothing. So I'm having to work from scratch. I had to go hat in hand, on my knees, and beg for forgiveness from the seller. I said, look, yeah, that useless jackass at the bank basically screwed us. So if you need to sell it to someone else, we completely understand, and there's no hard feelings. He said, no, I want you guys to have it. So the seller rocks, and we will continue to try to get that plane. But yeah, that is some shady... I wonder if there's a way that... I mean, can I report them to like the SEC or something? I'm definitely going to... Well, I'll tell you this. I'm not going to tell anything to the AOPA until after I get the loan. But then I'm going to let the AOPA know because it's some shady shit. Jackass. I mean, oh. Alright, that's enough of that. People like that just piss me off. Alright, continuing to rivet. More rivets. Engine update, it's still glorious. And oh my god, oh man. It just makes me so happy. I just want to tell you about it all the time. I can't wait till you actually get to see it. And the best thing about having an engine, all new kinds of places to actually rest the camera so that I can actually get video of me working behind the engine. So bonus points for all of that. Oh, I see in the reflection that Captain Midnight has come by to have a drink. You might notice that various phases of this work is in different... It's like, oh, what are you doing there at night? I have to have this thing flying by May. Alright, so I'm here before I get to work. I'm here during my lunch break, and I'm there after work. Alright, I'm doing my transition training in May, and I want to come back immediately and fly this plane, which will have been inspected. So, again, that's why we are ramping up the video frequency. Here I am doing the final double layer that I talked about. I think pretty much this might be it. And up, there's one more. Yeah, there's one more video after this for the wing, and then we will be getting on to wiring and fairings and engines and all kinds of stuff. So thank you for joining me, everyone. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon.